Okay, so I'm just looking through this really fast to see what we've got. I'm trying to record it so that I want you to take notes, but if you don't remember everything I say to do, then so to do corporate, like movie theaters, restaurants, those things, that's a very competitive area to get into. So chances are you're going to have to work in some other aspect of design first, but you may want to go work for a bigger firm so that you can get more exposure to a variety of areas. Let me start all the way over since you're here now. I was trying to go ahead and get started in the recording. Who'd you do this project with? Your renderings look nice in terms of, now I haven't looked at your floor plan, but the this looks like a very nice board. I mean, I'm pleased with that. Okay, let's look at this. This looks like it needs a lot more work to me. It was interesting how you tried to show the picture, the exterior of the building through the windows. I can maybe help you figure out how to do one building out there. Oh, that looks much better. Do you still have this file? Okay, because this blue tealy color and the lighting is really difficult to figure out. Does that make sense? I think this brick is, the scale of this brick is too large. I actually think that you should start with this project. Okay. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Because I think this is something we can get out of the way. You can get this done this weekend and be finished with it. Okay, now I'm going to show you in PowerPoint what I'm talking about, but I recognize that you might be able to use InDesign or some other way faster than me. Okay. So let's see. I'm just going to start out as a 22 by 22 inch board. It may not be what we end up doing, but so I'm just going to play with this for a minute. This is all I'm showing you how you can do this. Okay, you'll probably need a better picture of this perspective. Okay, now your person is really terrible. Okay, so what you should be able to do in Photoshop is show you. And I can't, obviously you have way better MAD skills than I do. Okay. But you can take the airbrush and pick up some color. You see what I'm doing there? And basically get rid of that person. Okay. And you don't have to get rid of it completely in terms of making it look exactly perfect, because we can put another person in front of there, and we'll put a computer generated person in front of there. See how simple I've already started to cover him up? Do you see that? Okay, so in Photoshop, you should be able to do that fairly easily. Okay, and then we can put a new person in right in that spot. Okay, and then you may need to take a better picture of these. Do you have these here? Okay. We can make this a nice one-board project. And then you may even cut out the hand annotations, and you might then add in with computer annotations. So now that I'm looking at that, now again, I'm not saying to do this in PowerPoint. I'm just saying that your teacher doesn't know how to do all the cool things that you all can do within design. So you can definitely leverage your skills between Photoshop, Illustrator, and InDesign. Okay, so these will have to be the same size. Well, not the same size, but so what I'm going to do is right now, I'm going to change. Oh, shoot. I'm going to change the design of this. I'm going to now make this side taller. Because I think you need a little bit more height on the board. Maybe I made it too tall. So when you make this floor plan, whatever size that is, then you've got to make sure that you make this fairly close. Should be the same size. And you should put them in the right location with each other. Does that make sense? So I'm going to line that stairwell up so that I can see on that project that's where they go. And you may want to cut out this outside thing because that kind of makes it awkward. You see what I'm saying? And then you can redraw the door swings. So that way those two things get to line up easier. Does that make sense? And actually I'm going to probably, oh, shoot. I think I'm going to move that. The reason why I'm doing that is the way you have the floor plan lined up, I think it'll do better to have the floor plan there, and then you can have some sort of nice title. And these are just sort of grid things that I'm just placing in there. You see what I'm not saying use those colors, but and then you could add a concept statement and a variety of other things in there. Somehow you've got to create some interest there. Maybe you recreate your diamond thing. Yeah, I would probably put a diamond on the board because of this diamond thing you've got going there. That makes sense. And might even do, but your board that you did for the healthcare really has a nice level of sophistication. You know, maybe that would be cut off. So maybe you're going to utilize the angle in that board layout. Okay, but I think you could get that board finished. Do you have pictures of the, did you make a model? Do you have a nice picture of the model? I didn't see that in your binder. I don't think you had one. So if you have a nice picture of the model and I don't know that, then, you know, that might be something you could put on there too. And then obviously you may have to put some materials and finishes on there too. I don't like what I've done so far. I'm just going to tell you, I think it's kind of ugly. But do you see how you can, maybe I should be using the blue. That's probably part of the reason why it looks so gross. That looks better already, doesn't it? But do you see how I'm going to get you to get to a pretty good project very, very quickly? Okay. But you're going to have to, and if you don't have better images of this, you're going to have to go into Photoshop and use that transform button to get the walls to be square. Okay. Okay, so before, we're over our time frame. So before Monday, I want this project finished. I want your healthcare project finished. And print me out the floor plans of your corporate project. Okay? You with me? And make sure you add a person in there. And you might do something else to that back wall and maybe even drop in a light fixture. You know, do a logo on the, or do something, a photograph on that back wall, and then maybe do a light fixture coming down. Maybe lighten, you know, once you scan this in, then you can lighten it up. It looks better on this screen than it does on that screen. Okay? That doesn't mean you have to end up printing this, but that will look so much better in your portfolio. Don't you agree? All right. Okay. Have a good weekend. Work hard, and I will see you on Tuesday. All right. You're welcome.